H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.
Alright, so welcome everyone. This video will cover the installation process of Informatica. You have to go to, to download the Informatica files, you have to go to edelivery.oracle.com. Right, so you have to sign in into this particular application so as to download the required set of files. Alright, so accept the terms and conditions, continue. I already logged in, so it did not ask me a user ID and password. So what you have to do is you have to provide a user ID and password. If you do not have any, you can register. It's a free account. Okay, you can register yourself and you can download the files. All right. Now what you have to do is, once you are in this particular location, Oracle Software Delivery Cloud, so from the product pack, select Oracle Business, where is that? Business Intelligence. Select Oracle Business Intelligence and select your corresponding platform. All right. So my system is a Windows 32-bit, Windows operating system 32-bit. So I selected my platform as 32-bit. If it is your 64-bit, you can select 64. If it is an Oracle, if you're having a Unix environment, you can select your own Unix environment. Right. So once you click on go, you'll be seeing with this particular search results. From this particular search results, select the Oracle Business Intelligence 11G Media Pack for Microsoft Windows 32-bit. If it is a 64-bit, you'll be seeing the option as Oracle Business Intelligence 11G Media Pack for Microsoft Windows 64-bit. In the same way, different operating systems. All right. So click on continue. Once you click on continue, coming down, you can figure out the files for Informatica. So these are the files for Informatica. Okay, so you can find Oracle Business Intelligence Data Warehouse, Administration Console, 11G and Informatica Power Center. So you can find 4 files. So you have to download all the 4 files in order to start our installation process. Okay, so download this. So I have already downloaded. So these are the 4 set of files for me. 4 RAR files. So now what we have to do, we have to extract the files. So I'm extracting the files here. First one, the extraction process is in process. It takes a while for you to extract all the things. All right. Right, one file got extracted. In the same way, extract the other files. Alright, so we're going with the next set of one. Alright, so I'm left with this one. I'm extracting this. Right, the extraction process would take some time, so please be patient on this. Alright, so we are left with one more DAC file, which is also a RAR file. We have to even extract this. Alright, let me cancel this. I'll extract in a different one. I'm just checking out whether all the files have properly been extracted or not. Alright, so our installation process would continue by installing the server first. Once we install the server, we have to configure our repository. Alright, so on configuring our repository in our admin console, then we'll try to install, or we should be installing the client. So our installation process would continue in that way. Alright, so first we'll install the server, then followed by we'll be logging into the admin console. So on logging into admin console, we are going to configure the repository and the integration services. Once we configure the repository and the integration services, we'll install the client. Right. Before doing that, follow this particular process. Go to command prompt. Right. You have your Oracle or SQL Server, whatever the database that you wanted to integrate to Informatica at the beginning, because on installation we have to integrate a certain database and which has got admin permissions, right? So for that I'm using Oracle here. So I'm just logging into SQL Plus using command prompt. All right, so login as a system administrator, so sys as sysdba. All right, and provide the password. Right, once you provide the password, you are as a system DBA administrator. Right, now what we have to do is we have to integrate a database user to the Informatica. I mean, we have to, while configuring the Informatica, we have to choose a username and password which has got a DBA permissions. That particular user should have a DBA, database administrator permission. So for that, what we are doing is we are granting the DBA access to certain user. So grant DBA to Scott. Scott is the user which I'm using here. So I'm just granted the DBA access to that particular Scott user. Alright, so you'll see the importance of this particular granting permissions at the time of our installation when we are configuring the server. Alright, so I just the RAR files are completed. I mean, we are at the end of the extraction of data from the RAR files. So once it is done, we can go with the things. Alright, so we are done. So what we have to do, go to this DAC folder where you have your server. So click on this particular install button. I mean install application. Alright, so you'll be prompted with this. So select yes. Right, your installation would start up from then. Right, it's a fresh installation. So install Informatica 9.1.0, which is the files that I have here. So I have downloaded this 9.1.0. Right, so I'm installing that. Okay, if you are upgrading from an older version, like let's suppose you have an earlier version of 8.6.1 and now you're trying to upgrade it to 9.1.0, then you can use this. In the same way, the latest version of Informatica that is available is 9.5.1, right? If you have downloaded that particular 9.5.1 and you want to upgrade it, so even you'll be finding an option called upgrade to Informatica 9.5.1. All right, so click on next. Now here you have to map your license key. So how you're going to map here, just select this, so where your files are placed. So my files are placed at downloads. Okay, my computer, sorry, my document, where did I place? I placed it in downloads, right? So your garage downloads info. All right, now you have to map your Oracle product key here. So how you're going? I'm just gonna give you the information again, right? So you have to navigate to the corresponding folder, the folder where we have extracted all the files. From there, you have to choose this particular option like Oracle All OS Prod Key, right? So this is the license key of that particular, what do you say, Informatica tool. All right. Right, click on install. So installation process would start now. Right after proceeding it to 100%, then we'll be going with the next set of actions. So the progress is going on. Generally it would take time. It would complete in 45 minutes. Okay, if all the configurations are very good, it would complete in 45 minutes, else it would take more than that. All right, here we have come across 49 percentage, so 50, it is going on. So, all right. So, all right. Just click on next. Allow access. If at all a firewall is blocked from generating the key store. Now you have come here, right? This is a place where you are going to select or you are going to give your database credentials. Now if you are using Oracle, you can select Oracle. If you can, if you're trying to integrate SQL Server at the time of your installation, you can select SQL Server right here or any of the databases listed over here. So here I'm using Oracle, and the username that we have chosen is Scott, and the password. Okay, this is my password. Now localhost colon 1521, service name is ORCL. Alright, so I'm testing my connection. The purpose of testing the connection is whether you have given your credentials perfectly or not. Right, so you can test your connections. You can see your connection is successful. If at all there is any wrong, I mean if you have given any local host, I mean the database address incorrectly or the service name incorrectly, and when you click on test connection, you may see a different message like the credentials that you have provided is incorrect one. Now here you have to choose your own password, and this password will be the administrator password which will be used at the time of your admin console login. Alright, so choose a password here. So I'm choosing the password of my choice, right? Right, so leave everything as it is. So your domain username is as administrator. If you want to change even the domain username, you can even change the domain username. All right. Okay. Maybe I haven't given both the passwords same. Let me change it again. Right. So you might have understood the importance of this one, right? Had we not given the DB access to that particular Scott user, we would not be able to integrate that particular user to this particular Informatica. All right. So that is why we are going to give an administrative access. If you're using a SQL server, ensure that the user that you're trying to integrate to this particular Informatica has got the DBA access, so that you'll be able to proceed further with the installation process. Else you would be broken over there. I mean, you would be stopped or you'd be prevented from installing. So you should be having your DBA permissions. All right. So it would take some more time. All right. So just leave it as it is, uncheck this and click on next. All right. So this is how we are able to install the Informatica. There is one warning for us. Okay. So installation status is a warning. It's not failed, but it's a warning. So generally you may see this warning message or you may see a success message. Okay. So ignore this particular warning. This doesn't have anything to do with our installation process. Okay. So you can see the log file where what is the warning that you have. Okay. Just click on this. So you may see some message. There might be something that is gone missing out. Okay, because of which you might be finding out some warning message here, but nevertheless you will be able to work through Informatica. Alright, just close that. Alright, for security, what I recommend is, alright, take a screenshot of this. Right, take a screenshot of this and save it. Informatica server. Alright, so I'm just closing it. Now, this is your Informatica administrator URL. Alright, so as this is a HTTPS, okay, continue. Right, enable, don't show, let me say, don't show this message again. The user is administrator, right, and the password is the password that I have chosen. So click on login. You are logging into as Informatica administrator. Alright, you logged in into Informatica administrator now. Now what you have to do, you have to configure the repository service first and then the integration service. Okay, give a name of your repository service. Okay, I'm saying that INF REP repository. Right, INF repository and the license key. Alright, and the node. Okay, click on next. Okay, database type is your Oracle. Username of your database Scott, right, my password, and connection string, the connection string that you have used, right. So click on finish. All right. Right, select this particular option. No content exists under specified connection string. Right, then click on finish. Okay, you can see your info repository is getting created here. Okay, it may take some time for you to create this particular repository services. Right, okay. Now, what you have to do is, you have to change the operating mode. The general operating mode is seen as exclusive. Now what you have to do is, you have to make it as normal one. Alright, you have to make this particular operating mode as normal one. Alright, and just leave the other things as it is. Okay, do not do anything else, just click on OK. Okay, it does the action by itself. Now once this is done, what we have to do is, we have to configure the integration services. Alright, so once our repository is done, what we have to do is, we have to configure our integration services. Alright, so it's almost done now. Right, so you can see that normal is taking effect from now. Alright, again actions, domain actions. One sec, it's taking some time. My keyboard is not working properly, so please be patient with that. Right, new, right, integration service, Power Center integration services. Now you have to choose your own integration names. Right, I'm just giving us integration. Right, even then you have to go with your license key and your, okay, now your repository. Now here you have to provide your administrative username and password. This is the one that we have created at the time of installing the server. So give that particular administrative username and password. So this is the one that you see. This is the type of message that you see. Once you do that, just click on OK. Alright, so you have created all your repository services and integration services. So the major part is done. Now we are left with the smallest thing. The thing is, we have to install our client. Right, so for installing the client, you have the client folder here. So from client folder, click on install. Right, so yes, so it will take some at least 10 minutes to complete the process. Right, so installing, we are, yeah, as it is a fresh installation, we just selected that install. All right, so follow the navigations as it is, so do not change anything else. Okay, so just click on next. So it will calculate the disk space and the installation would start from then. So with this we have done with the installation process. Now let's check it out whether we are able to log in into this Power Center designer, Power Center, using the repository designer, workflow manager and the workflow monitor. Alright, just click on install. So as the progress completes to 100%, it means that we have installed our Informatica successfully. Alright, here also we have to see either the message as warning or a success, but not as failed one. Failed indicates that something has gone wrong during our installation process. Alright, so but warning or what do you say, success, it doesn't matter. Most of the cases we'll try for success messages, but if at all it is showing a warning message, there might be something missing in it. Alright, we have to check the log in order to find that. Right. So as we are not a DBS, Informatica DBS, we least bother about that. We mainly concern about the working of the tool. All right. And one more thing, irrespective of the what do you say, irrespective of the version of Informatica, most of the cases the same steps follows. So do not bother about the what do you say, version of the Informatica, whether you're going with 9.5 or 9.1 or 8.6.1 or 8.6, whatever it is. So the steps will be almost the same. Okay, it will not be a different one. Alright, so you'll be finding the same procedure in order to do that. The earlier versions has got a different procedure, but after 8.6 the procedure is the same one. Alright. So we are almost done with this particular installation. We are at 96%. As soon as it comes to 100%, then we'll be able to test the things, whether we have done the things properly or not. Alright, it's almost completed. Alright, so you can see the success message. There's no problem with the installation of your client. So it's almost done. So it's entirely done, sorry. It's not almost, it's entirely done now. Right, so even I'm saying saving this particular informatica. Informatica client. Alright, so this is done. So as soon as it is done, now all programs, you can see that there is a folder created for Informatica 9.1.0. Then from client, you can see there is a Power Center client. Right. So this is the place where we'll be working with the what do you say, Informatica designer is the place where we are going to work with. Alright, we have a repository where we are going to create the folders and everything. Mainly this repository is going to be is going to be managed by your Informatica Informatica administrators. Right, Informatica administrators are the persons who are gonna work on this particular repository, and the workflow manager is a place where we are going to create the workflows, which in turn executes the mappings, and the monitor screen is used to monitor the status of the workflow. Alright, so we'll just go with the tool now. So I have started the Informatica repository. Now we do not see that there is any repository configured here, right? So we have to configure the domains. Alright, so let me add the domain here. Alright. Just copy this. Host name is Yogaraj and -PC. Post is 6005. Domain _Yogaraj_PC. So you can see once we are configuring the domain, so it's very easy to configure the domain. See, you have your domain name here, domain underscore yogaraj hyphen PC. Alright, and you have your host name and the port number. So you have to give those. So once giving that, you can see your Informatica repository. So this repository is the one that we have created. Repository is the place where all our work is going to be stored. So once that is done, you can see our repository is here. Alright, so we can connect to the repository. So click on connect. Now what you have to do, you have to give your administrator, because we have only one user right now who is an administrator. Alright, so click on connect. So you are connected successfully. This is how you have to go with your installation process. Now what you have to do is we have to organize our work, right? So what we do is we create the folders. We create the folders in order to organize our work, right? First, what do you say? Let me say first folder or first mappings. Alright, so whatever the initial learnings or learning, let me say learning as my folder name. That means this is my learning stage. So during my learning stage, I'm keeping all my folders here. So this is my folder location. Alright, now you can go to your designer part, because designer is the area where you're going to work. So go to the designer area. Now you can see that learning is the folder that you can see under your Informatica repository. It is created under your Informatica repository, and you can see the same folder within your designer. Now you have got certain transformations here which you'll be learning in further classes. Alright, so thanks for joining. Alright, so this is how this is what I have for this is what I wanted to show as part of our Informatica installation process. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, so have a great installation and a fresh installation. Thank you.
H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.